Yeah, let's talk quickly about Boulevard, which was one of Robin Williams' last films that he made before he died. It's the very last one to receive a UK cinema release. Others included absolutely everything, of course, which you appeared in yourself.
I was in that.
Night at the Museum 3 and a few straight-to-DVD comedies that he did. Boulevard is a low-key drama, and I think it's of those films, although Night at the Museum 3 rounded things off very emotionally, I think it's the best of the lot on which to go out. It's from a director called Dito Montiel, who made a film called A Guide to Recognising Your Saints with Robert Downey Jr. pre-Iron Man, who also spotted Channing Tatum early on, spotted his star quality. And the film is about a middle-aged guy called Nolan, played by Robin Williams, who is married and very, very deeply closeted. He realised he was gay at a very young age, but never just kind of got around to addressing it in his own life. And here he is, in his 60s, with all of this unaddressed feeling bubbling away under the surface, and he's married, and he's got a house, and he's kind of too secure now in his own life to rock the boat. What happens is his father is in a nursing home, and as his father's condition worsens, he's continually being called out at night to go and visit his father. And one night he decides to drive home along a different route, and this takes him past a curb crawling spot, and he meets a guy called Leo, played by Roberto Aguirre, who is this street hustler. And basically, through a series of unlikely coincidences, Leo ends up in the car and they end up driving off to a motel together. And this connection, which is seen as being this totally unpredictable intersecting of these two people's lives, brings all of this unaddressed feeling bubbling up right over the surface. There's this kind of mixture of fatherly concern and sexual attraction in the relationship that means Nolan finds it very difficult to deal with. Also, particularly because Leo is a confidant of his. He can actually be honest with him in a way that he can't be honest with his wife. And we've got a clip here of when his wife finally kind of realises what's going on. She's suspected for a long time that, there's something kind of amiss here that she's not being fully let in on. And this is the moment where it all comes pouring out.
Why?
Because I can't lie anymore. No more lies.
You can't do this.
Joy.
Is he better than me?
It's not that, of course not.
Then what?
Joy.
You wanted to talk, so you're gonna give me a goddamn answer.
I just did.
No, it wasn't good enough. What does he do for you that I don't?
It's not that.
Well, then what is it? Because I need to know. Does he clean your clothes for you? Does he listen to your stories, your boring stories? Because I don't think he does. Does he tell you that everything's okay even when it isn't? Because I am sure he doesn't do that.
Joy.
Did he put up with your father's demands till they piled up on him and clogged his whole goddamn life? My whole goddamn life? Oh my God. Nolan, the arrogance of you.
You're right, everything you're saying.
Don't goddamn accommodate me!
I'm sorry, you're right.
So now what? So what? This is it now?
I don't know what to say.
What are you going to do without me?
Now, that's a very melodramatic clip, and it's not, I have to say, representative of the tone of the film overall at all, which is very kind of controlled and subdued. Robin Williams is effectively playing a type here. He's playing the client of a sex worker who wants to rescue them. But he manages to invest it with a certain subtlety and control, and to the point that you wish the script had been slightly more fully fleshed out. His wife, who's played by Kathy Baker, she is so tremendous in the role. Again, you wish there had been more to do there. It just feels slightly schematic in the way it passes through from this crisis to the next crisis. But what it gets very right is this idea of a life sort of falling away, almost like crumbling flour, in that you have this hemorrhaging of money and hemorrhaging of time as he spends more and more time with Leo, and this very complex web of lies that's set up around it. There are stretches of plausibility throughout it. There are coincidences that don't particularly work. But overall, it's a good reminder of, Robin Williams was not just this incredibly eccentric comedian in stuff like Mrs. Doubtfire, or this open-hearted sentimentalist in films like Good Will Hunting. He could do small and he could do controlled. And, two of my favourite performances of his, World's Greatest Dad and 1 Hour Photo, this is a good reminder of that kind of stuff.